Oh, hello.
Hi guys. So why do you guys believe in God?
I'm back. My fault.
Do you want me to explain?
Oh, why do we believe in God?
Okay.
Yippee, you want to start?
I mean, do you want me to give you like the why I believe a creator itself, just a creator, or
Well,
my
yeah, like
God, just
anything.
sorry?
Excuse
Anything.
me, can you speak up?
I can hear boxing. Just so you know.
Yeah, she asked why we believe in God, but I can't understand what she's saying now.
You can give her you
Believe
can
in.
argue
Yeah,
for
like why do you
emotion.
guys believe in God?
Just like a creator, or what,
Oh,
or like my God specifically, because there's differences. Like Christianity or a
Yeah,
creator.
like why are you guys Christian?
Okay. First of all,
mm,
the
okay.
argument from motion, I'd say, from what Shane said, is that everything in motion has to be put in motion by something else. So the chain of motion goes back, and there has to be a first unmoved mover. That's the first one. That's one of Thomas Aquinas' five ways, I'm pretty sure. The other one, which I really like, is the contingency, which is everything that is contingent, meaning it has a cause, right? So a fork is caused by someone creating it, or the materials that it was made of, and you go back far enough to be able to reach something that is an uncaused cause, basically. So something that is uncontingent, or what's the word for it? What's the
Huh?
This is just
Purest act. Purest
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
act.
purist, yeah. So there's that one. That's like time-based contingency, and then there's power-based contingency, which is hierarchical contingency, which is saying that uh, basically there's an analogy. If you're holding a cup, and that cup is only there, it's not falling to the ground because your arm is holding that cup up. But your arm isn't the absolute power right now. Your body's holding your arm up, right? So, but your body isn't the absolute power, and then it goes on. So it's like your body's only there because the chair's there, and the chair's only there because the ground's there, and so on and so on and so on. And everything's borrowing power from the thing behind it. So if you keep going on for infinity, because let's say um, if there is no creator and the universe is infinite, then we're going back infinitely and we're borrowing infinitely, right? So in order to borrow power infinitely, it's illogical because you're basically like think of it like plugging a lamp into itself, right? Or an extension cord into itself. You're
Yeah.
not
So there has to
yeah,
be a
you're not putting in
source.
energy. So the the what I would say is God would be that infinite source of energy that is feeding energy into the universe and allowing it to actually work. Because if we go on for infinity, we can't reach a point where there is a perfect full infinite power source that is allowing everything else to work.
Good
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah. And
Wait, hold
then
on. I
Boxing,
oh
actually
yeah.
forgot. Do you hold
boxing,
to
does
any
that
school of
answer your
thought?
question?
I forgot. I know I asked you
Not
this,
at
but
the moment right now. I there's a little bit of each E and
yeah,
and
Mm.
Thomas. So it's I'm thinking
ADS.
yeah. I was thinking
I
about
know I asked you, but I forgot for some reason.
yeah, no, it's alright. It's alright. And I think she was also asking why I believe in Christianity specifically. So if you look at that idea that the universe was created by a infinite higher power, right? Let's say infinite higher power.
That is
Yeah, that is
outside of
outside of time
time
and space
and
and matter. Yeah,
all eternal.
because at the Big Bang that
Yeah.
we know it, that is the time that time was created. That is the time that time started, and everything after that has a creation date. So God, who created that, also created time. Therefore, because he is outside of time, he does not have a creation date. So it is an eternal, uh, infinite, all-powerful God. And then we're gonna look at all the religions.
And I know
Yeah.
that some people will say like the Big Bang is just like an argument for atheism, but
Made by a
to
Catholic
I don't know
priest.
to add on, yeah, the Big Bang was made by a Catholic
Yep.
mathematician who used the Big Bang theory to give more evidence that there was a God who made the universe, and that the universe has an origin, and that the Big Bang was created by God
hmm
to make the universe.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know
I
much
mean, I
about it,
can
but that's like the
if you guys want afterwards, I can explain it. But anyways, let's look at the religions, the main religions, right? So let's look at Hinduism and all the polytheist religions. We just described that the creator has to be outside of time and eternal and all powerful, which means infinitely powerful. And you can't multiply infinity to make multiple infinities, right? Because if you have one God that's all powerful,
Yeah.
another God that's all powerful, they're just the same thing, right? Because you can't have multiple infinities. So now we're going to move away from polytheism and move into monotheism, and we're going to say we're going to look at the Abrahamic religions because the religions that have the most evidence towards them. So the first one would be Judaism, which is what Jewish people believe in, and we believe that God showed himself through the prophets and taught them things and valuable lessons and prophesied that someone would come and save them, right, and save them from what was going on, right? So all these prophecies line up. I think it was like 400 or something. All these prophecies line up, and then Jesus is born. So now I'm like, okay, well, Judaism said that, the Messiah would be all these things, and Jesus is all these things. So now I'm going to look at Jesus, right? So now we look at Jesus and we see what he taught, and we see all the things that he did, the love that he gave to the world through, on the cross and all these other things, and we see all these things add up to the point of, well, I'm just going to believe in Jesus, right? Because all of this evidence of this creator that showed itself to these people back in the day, that went up progressively with knowledge and prophecies that ended up with Jesus being born and doing the things that he did and starting the church and all that.
Dude, there's some guy asking
GTO.
guys to prove if Noah's Ark is true or false. Like they believe no.
Oh, Noah's Ark is
Yeah,
real.
no, like they're arguing. They're saying like no,
Can you repeat?
prove Noah's Ark is real, and I can't even hear either of them. So like I can't even argue about it. So that's great.
Oh.
I love this new update, man.
Yippee, do you have a
Let me just ruin. Sorry.
Yippee? Do you have anything on that? Oh, sorry.
No, you can go.
Oh, Yippee, do you have anything on Noah's Ark?
Not
Or
really. I mean, there's just
on
a
the
lot of
argument?
theories with it, with the shape inside the mountain.
Yeah, you can also argue that it's regional based on the language used
I mean-
in the original
Yeah.
text.
I mean, it was stated from like I don't know other theological or mythology.
I don't.
Sorry,
The ancient Israelites didn't
mythological,
have any
stories
connection with
that-
the other ancient tribes or the other ancient people, like the ancient Greeks or the ancient what do you call it?
like from other mythologies. I mean, like I don't know. Looking at other mythologies, like it was
It
said
flooded.
that like that a giant flood that covered the earth. Yeah, it happened. But like that's from another mythology, and it did say that a flood happened. But that can't like deem the entire thing. But that's kind of all I know about having a flood.
Yeah, you can based on the original Hebrew text and and how we can read into the lines of the text and how it is metaphorical or at least really hyperbolic. People can come to the conclusion that it was simply a regional flood for the area that Noah was in. More like it doesn't really it's not like a necessary thing for salvation, of course, but when you're arguing about it, I guess it would be good to know.
Okay, I'm looking at chat. I think Orthodox and Catholic can pray like in the same
No,
same church.
I mean, like we can't take the same Eucharist, but
Oh,
we can't take the same Eucharist, but we could pray. I think we could pray in the same. Well, no, yeah, we can because the Pope and the Patriarch met up and they and the Pope
What
did
do you
find
think about
liberty,
that,
so
guys?
you could pray in the same room. You just can't take communion.